Welcome back to Charisco Crypto. Guys, let's discuss. Let's discuss Bitcoin. Let's discuss crypto. Let's talk about everything else that is happening in the world of crypto, guys. You are all welcome. 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 So, guys, let's discuss Bitcoin. Let's discuss crypto. As you guys can see, Ethereum is exploding. Bitcoin is skyrocketing. Ethereum is up huge. I've been saying this over the past few weeks that Ethereum, the Wall Street are buying, the big boys are accumulating. But guess what? So, if you, according to Satoshi, the founder of Bitcoin, he said, if you don't believe me, I don't have time to convince you because I'm not a financial advisor. But guess what? You guys can see a day like today, Ethereum was just about, about $60 away from all-time high, which is about $4,800 just now. So, guys, let's dive into the market. Share this room with your friends and family. Let's discuss Bitcoin and crypto, guys. So, guys, the market is holding strong, man. So, everything is skyrocketing. Let me, before we dive in quickly, oh my God, it's looking crazy here, man. So, guys, I will just quickly, a little leverage, 4,200, no, $4,700. Let's see, 4,007. I want to play some leverage, guys. No, 4,600. No, 4,700, $4,700. Let's see if play with some leverage, guys. No, MCA. A second, guys. Let's dive into the market. So let's play with some leverage before. Let's see how it will go before the end of the stream. I want to set up some leverage. Let's go with $4,700 with how many each? Okay, let's go. 3.3 each. So, guys, let's discuss Bitcoin. Let's discuss crypto. So today the market is holding strong. Bitcoin and crypto is skyrocketing. Are you sure? Whoa! Favor. Wow. So I haven't checked that for a while. So guys, let's dive into the market. You guys can see, if you guys can look at the chart, you can see that I'll be playing with some leverage over the past few days, over the past few weeks as well. But as I always say, don't trade leverage. It's one of the biggest way to easily lose your money. But if you make money in crypto, but you want to use some, take a little bit of it to play with leverage, is good. Let's say, for example, you have $1,000, you can use $100 to play with leverage, but don't trade leverage. So don't go all in. It's very, very important. Just make some few hundreds of dollars just now, but nevertheless. So guys, we have a lot of positive news in the market. So I did not stream yesterday. So let's discuss, let's discuss, let's discuss, let's discuss, let's discuss. Guys, share this stream with your friends and family. Let's discuss Bitcoin and crypto. So a lot of positive news in the market, so Bitcoin, you guys can say, I'll be saying it. So this year and hold for sure you will be in profit, which is what is happening right now, as you guys can see. So Ethereum is kicking up, Ethereum is skyrocketing. So Ethereum is skyrocketing, just about $600 away from all-time high, which was about $4,800 last cycle, since 4 years ago, 4 to 5 years ago, man. But guess what? Bitcoin is just less than it was just less than $1,000 away from all-time high just a few minutes ago. So Bitcoin was trading around $22,000 a few minutes ago, which is just like a 1% from all-time high. That is huge, guys. So, guys, a lot we have a positive news in the crypto space. So, I've been saying it that if you DCA and hold for a long term, for sure you will all be in profit, which is what is happening a day like today. So, a day like today is a day of taking a profit. For sure, if you are in profit, take profit. It's very, very important. Take profit if you are in profit. But if you are not in profit, but guess what? Don't be scared. Ethereum keep skyrocketing. Which take us here first. I want you guys to see. We have some bullish news in the market. Just a week ago, I was telling you guys that Meta Planet, their Bitcoin holding is now close to 18,000 Bitcoin. But guess what? They added more Bitcoin yesterday, and their Bitcoin holding is now above 18,000 Bitcoin. They are now holding 18,113 Bitcoin. The Wall Street, they are not sleeping. The institutional investors, they keep accumulating and accumulating and accumulating and accumulating, which is why Bitcoin and crypto keep skyrocketing. Over the past few weeks, I'll be showing you guys, on chain data that show that, the Wall Street have been accumulating Ethereum. They have been buying and buying and buying and buying. So I was telling you guys that don't sleep on Ethereum, that Ethereum will first, you know, the axis Ethereum will first take the first leg up, which is what is happening right now because Bitcoin dominance is down. If you look at, let's quickly check out Bitcoin dominance so before we move further. You guys can see the chart here that Bitcoin, wow, Bitcoin dominance yesterday was just between about 59%. But guess what? Today is around 58.7%, which show that Bitcoin dominance keep dropping down like never before. You guys can see it here. So this is Bitcoin dominance. You guys can see that Bitcoin dominance keep dropping down like a rocket right now, which is why more money is going into Ethereum. Ethereum dominance is up with about 4.05%. You guys can see which altcoin, they are slightly weak right now. That's because the most money right now they are going into it. And guess what? So once Ethereum start having a pullback, then more money will be flowing into all those other altcoins like your Solana, Ethereum, as well. Even if a day like today, Ethereum, Solana, SRP first, SRP is up with about almost 10% in the past 7 days. In the past 24 hours, it's between about 2%. Look at Solana is up almost about 10% in the past 24 hours. Yeah, guys, how are you all doing? So, so guys, we have some positive news in the market. We'll be diving into the market, but I want to show you guys the performance of the altcoins. Chainlink is up huge in the past 7 days, 42%. Whoa, this is huge. The one altcoin that I was seeing just now was OKS, which was up with almost about 50. So that's a lot happened with Monero yesterday. So which we'll be discussing about that later. So which is why Monero is slightly down, as you guys can see. So let me quickly see. OKS was up with almost about 150 something percent. That is huge. Most of the altcoin right now are booming. You guys can see OKS is up with about 129% because they decide to burn about 51% of the token. So which is why it's up huge. Ethereum, I think maybe I will be able to log in around no, it's not giving me that chance. I wanted to, log in around the $4,700 because I took profit just now around the 4,000. See, you guys can see I took profit just now around the 4,000, $4,721. I think if I can log in back around $4,700. So let's see if the trade will execute before the end of the stream. So guys, what is happening in the market? As you guys can see, the big boys, they keep accumulating. The Wall Street, they keep buying. So people like a Meta Planet. So you guys can see here, which take us here. Let's see what next. Kazakhstan, Forte Capital, they just get approved to list their first Bitcoin spot ETF in Central Asia. I'll be telling you guys this that Bitcoin adoption, it keep getting wide. More people keep embracing Bitcoin, which is why I keep saying that so even if this cycle, so we'll have a pullback. So are we going into super cycle? No, we are not going into super cycle. We are not going into super cycle, but we'll always have a pullback. But one thing I always think is that so even if we have a pullback this cycle, we'll pull back like a previous cycle. So which is one thing I think. So we'll pull back like a previous cycle, even if when we have a pullback this cycle, because you guys can see those charts that show that the big boys, the Wall Street, they keep accumulating and accumulating. And one of the way for you to make sure that you're accumulating as well is to use a DCA, dollar cost average. So keep DCA and hold. It's very, very important, which is what is happening. So you can see more countries keep working so hard to make sure that so they list their bitcoins, they create their Bitcoin strategic reserve, and more companies are working so hard to add Bitcoin to their treasury. You guys can see people like Ceylon Strategy, they're already holding $76 billion in Bitcoin as of today. MicroStrategy. So Strategy are now holding about $76 billion in Bitcoin, more than 76 billion, because Bitcoin is slightly up right now. So you guys can also see here Kazakhstan, just Kazakhstan for the capital which they just get approved for them to list their first Bitcoin spot ETF in Central Asia. This will also bring more money to Bitcoin. So that will bring more money to the Bitcoin. So we show that more money are also coming to the Bitcoin, the crypto space. So which is why I keep saying, don't forget this is an asset that have a mass of brand, 21 million that will ever be in existence. So when the big boys, the Wall Street, they keep buying and buying like this, you have to know that something is happening. I have to show you guys this for you guys to know that a lot of things are happening behind the scenes. So guys, let's see. This chart here show that the numbers of address holding more than 100,000 Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is hitting a all-time high. So Bitcoin hitting a new all-time high. We show that so the numbers of address holding more than 100 Bitcoin is hitting an all-time high. It keeps skyrocketing because, the Wall Street, the people who are holding more than 100 Bitcoin, they keep accumulating. They are not selling, but they keep buying, you know. So this shows that, so Bitcoin is not going anywhere anytime soon, guys. Bitcoin is not going anywhere anytime soon. You guys can see what the big boys are doing. So the numbers of address holding more than 100 Bitcoin is hitting all-time high. Here, we show that, so there was a time here, so it dipped down, you guys can see, but now they start accumulating once again. So we show that, so, we still have a long way to go. The cycle is not over yet. So when those people start selling, that is where you know that so we are in trouble. Let's say, for example, just like as I say, I hope that one day that Ceylon, which is a strategy dot force to sell their Bitcoin, which I don't think it will happen because Michael Saylor is so smart. So it will always find a way to to create more money, so to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin. So let's see what next. Let's see what next. As you guys can see here, just no way pensions funds increase his Bitcoin related exposure. So I'll be showing you guys, even if the spot ETF, you like a BlackRock spot ETF, not that it's BlackRock that own it, but people invested through those spot ETF, just like Norway's pension funds. So those people, when they want to buy, they don't want to buy Bitcoin direct from the open exchange. So what they are doing is that when they want to buy, they buy through, as you guys can see here, when they want to buy those Bitcoin, they buy through spot ETF, which is what is happening. So no way pension fund, they just increase their Bitcoin holding. So they keep buying. So the big boys are not sleeping. The Wall Street, they keep accumulating and accumulating, which is why Bitcoin is not going anywhere. Because, the US national debt is kicking above $37 trillion. So we show they have not printed the 3 point something trillion which President Trump signed a few days ago to print a month ago. We show that more money will keep coming into the system. They keep printing more money every single day. So Bitcoin is exploding, guys, and Ethereum. Just don't forget, this was just about 2 days ago. My last stream, I tell you guys that Bitcoin is ready to explode. Let me quickly see if I can break that out here. Let me see if I can break that out. As you guys can see, this was my last stream. You guys can see here, this was my last stream just 1 day ago. I tell you guys that the bull run is not over and Bitcoin is ready to explode resistance. But guess what? And that season is coming. But guess what? You guys can see a day like today, Bitcoin is up huge. I keep telling you guys those because each time I check those data, it's showing that so the market is ready to skyrocket, which is what is happening right now. So guys, don't sleep on Bitcoin, don't sleep on Ethereum as well. So because I think Ethereum will head up to 4,000 with the chart. When I was looking into the chart, it showed that Ethereum will head up to like about $4,800. Then we'll have a pullback because a lot of people will be taking profit from there. So because $4,800 is the previous cycle all-time high, so a lot of people will be taking profit from there. Then, so the next leg up will be taking Ethereum above $4,200, $4,300. as well. So guys, the big boys keep accumulating, the Wall Street keep accumulating, as you guys can see. So don't sleep on Bitcoin, don't sleep on crypto. Make sure that you keep holding DCA and also take profit each time you're in profit. It's very, very important to take profit because if you don't take profit, how will you be able to buy back when the market is down? It's very, very important to always take profit. If the market dip. If the market dip down, so you'll be able to buy back. So which also take cost here, guys. BitPay integrates Solana's enables a global payment with a SO USDT and SO USDC as well. You guys can see Ethereum, it keeps skyrocketing. But Solana is just like a Solana is sleeping right now. Solana is a sleeping lion. And, after Ethereum, I think the next money will be flowing into Solana as well. So you guys can see, even if the team, they are taking a huge move to make sure that, so they create a, payment system using a SO USDC and a SO USDT. So, which is also huge for Solana as well. So, guys, a lot of good things have been a lot. We have a lot of positive news in the market, but keep this year, and hope for a long term for sure. It still remain one of the best way to achieve a financial freedom. Cheers to you guys, man. It's like the trade just clicked now. So because Ethereum is around, so I'm around 6,000. Ethereum is around $4,697. The trade which I just said just now may have clicked. So let's see what next. Which they cost here. Wealthier manager, which is Corel, disclosed his first Bitcoin holding. I'll be telling you guys that the Wall Street, the big boys, they are big buying behind the scenes. Some of them, which they are not buying from, which some of them, sorry guys, let's go. Some of them, which are not buying from open market, they use the ETF, which like this wealthiest managers Coleum, which is what they are doing right now. Now they just disclose that they are holding Bitcoin. So which is why Michael Saylor, the CEO of strategy, he said that when your banks will tell you to buy Bitcoin, Bitcoin will be traded between $10 million per coin. That is when your banks will advise you to buy Bitcoin, which I think is true. Because those banks, when they will tell you to start buying Bitcoin, that is when Bitcoin will be trading. That's when Bitcoin will be trading. $5 million per coin, which is why even if just now I'll be showing you guys, Axe Investor is predicting Bitcoin to be trading. Axe Investor is predicting Bitcoin to be trading at least between about 5 million in the next 4 years. So which next cycle. So which also take us here. Let's see what next. Okay, this is it here. So as you guys can see here, Axe Invest CEO, which is Cathy Wood, says that there are boom case for Bitcoin. It will well over about $1 million in 5 years, which is just next cycle. Next cycle, yeah, guys, how are you all doing? So next cycle, Cathy Wood is expecting Bitcoin to be traded at least $1 million per coin, which I think the same, so minimum, which I think at least it will be Bitcoin will be traded between about $500,000, just next boom market. So as you guys can see, a lot of people still believe in cycle, not just me. So which is why next bull market, at least the next bull market, the last parabolic phase of the next cycle, it will be between about the next 5 years, which is why Cathy Wood, which is the CEO of Axe Invest, is predicting Bitcoin to be trading $1 million per a coin in the next 5 years. So, which is possible, guys? It's possible. It's possible. Keep DCA and hold for a long term for sure. We will all achieve a financial freedom together. Don't be scared. DCA and hold for a long term for sure. It still remain one of the best strategies. Which take us here. I want you guys to see this. Ethereum just 3-4 days ago, Ethereum surpassed Mastercard by market cap. So topping, so it was slightly below Netflix. But guess what? Today, Ethereum just surpassed Netflix once again. So it surpassed Netflix. It's now above, it's now above Netflix. So sitting slightly below Eli Lilly. So which is huge as well for it. Ethereum has been doing great in the past, performing good in the past few weeks. which is why right now, if you look at Ethereum, let's quickly see 7 days performance. Ethereum is up 28%. Whoa, just 7 days. If you have added just $1,000 in Ethereum just in the past 7 days, you will be up huge. This is the power of DCA, man. Dollar cost average. Even in the past 24 hours, Ethereum is up more than 5%, guys. So, guys, the Wall Street, they keep buying and buying and buying. The big boys keep buying. They keep DCA. So keep DCA and hope for a long term for sure. We will all be in profit. So let's see what next. Let's see what next. I want you guys to see the Sharp League Gaming to raise another $400 million through registers a direct offerings, bringing a total holding of exposure as expected to be hitting over $3 billion in it. So Sharp League Gaming, there are, as you guys can see here, Sharply Gaming are raising about almost about $500 million, 400 million, $400 million to buy more it. Despite Ethereum is uphill, Ethereum is skyrocketing, but the big boys, I don't know how it will be if those big boys forced to sell, which is one of the things. If you guys remember, I was showing you guys about a week ago that which is Vitalik, the founder of Ethereum, he said that it's not encouraging over leverage on it, which is what a lot of companies are doing right now. Like as you guys can see, Sharply Gaming is raising another $400 million to buy more Ethereum. But what if they run out of profit and they have to force to sell their it? So that will be, that will be bad news for the market. But to me, it will be an opportunity for us to accumulate more it as well. If we have a good pullback, if we have a good pullback on Ethereum, so it will be an opportunity for us to DCA more on Ethereum, guys. It will be a huge opportunity. Don't be scared. Keep DCA and hold. For take profit, it's very, very important. Take profit when you're in profit, so that if the market pull back, you'll be able to buy back. So over the past few years, that's what I've been doing this year and hold. But you guys can see, the Wall Street, they keep buying and buying, which is what is happening to it right now. That the big boys, they keep accumulating and accumulating and accumulating. So guys, let's see what next. Let's see what next. Do Kwon, wow, guys. So Teller formers, Teller former, which is a Do Kwon, plead guilty to conspiracy wire fraud in UST's blows up. If you guys were here 2022, so between 2022, what happened? Something huge happened in the market back then when, you know, there was this project. It was two projects, Teller UST and Teller. So Teller UST and Teller Lab, they collapsed back in 2022. But guess what? That was about this company run up to like about $100 billion, but just because the market was already down, so Teller was down, and so it was now about $40 billion business. So, but guess what? So this run into this company run into bankruptcy. So Terra UST collapsed. Terra UST collapsed, and it affected Luna because in order for you to meet Terra UST, so that means people have to buy more Luna. Where people buy more Luna, but there will be, that is one of the way they have to split Teller UST. So they join these two companies together. But guess what? When a Teller UST get affected, that is how so $40 billion company run to zero. So today, just yes, that was yesterday. So Do Kwon, which is the founder, this was the CEO. So he plead guilty for conspiracy and wire fraud, is facing up to like about 27 to 29 years in prison. But now we haven't know yet. So what the actual months which he will be spending in jail. But guys, so I myself, I lost money during there. That is because I was holding Teller UST and I deposit them on. I was holding Teller UST and I deposit them on Acre. So Eka was giving a juicy 20%. That was huge. So back then, so Dokwans they partner with Eka. So once you deposit your Teller UST once you deposit your Teller USD on Eka, you will be earning a juicy 20% a year. That is UST, and you do nothing. So which it don't go down in value, it don't go up in value. Guys, I see the chat booming. If you have any question, drop your question on the chat, man. For sure, we'll be doing Q&A shortly. If you have any question, drop your question on the chat. You guys are amazing, man. I see the chat booming, yeah. So, guys, so I'll be doing Q&A shortly. So let's see what is happening in the markets. Then we'll start Q&A. So, guys, guess what happened? That is because I was receiving about 1.6% every single month. I was happy. If you have about $15,000 back then, so you'll be receiving mostly between about you'll be receiving between about you know $300 to $400 or between $200 to $300, free every single month. So I was thinking, oh, what is the reason of keeping money in bank? So the best way is to, if the money which you don't need, you will be keeping it in a Terra US in a ACA. You put it in Terra USD, then you deposit it in ACA. So which is why since this issue happened, then to date, guys, I don't believe since then till now, so all those DeFi of a thing, I don't do all those DeFi for sure. I don't, it's hard, I don't do all those DeFi of a thing right now. So which let's see what next before Q&A. So let's do Q&A. Let's do Q&A, guys. So the takeout is that the big boys they keep accumulating Ethereum, as you guys can see, so and Axe Invest, which is the CEO of Cattywood, which Cattywood, so which is C- CEO, which is Cattywood, the CEO of Act Invest is predicting Bitcoin to be trading $1 million, in the next 5 years, which I think is possible. Yeah, this cycle is so we are already in the parabolic phase, the last phase of this cycle. We may have a pullback, but guess what? So Bitcoin will always recover. Each time we have a pullback, you have to take it as an opportunity. So this year and hold is very, very important. So take it as an opportunity. Yes, let's do Q&A, guys. Let's do Q&A. Let's look at the market, man. Oh. Ethereum around okay. I logged in just now around the 4,700. So maybe that with $10 per coin. So per ETH, that is about $30 down. But nevertheless, as you guys know, so that is trade for you. I keep saying it. Don't trade with high leverage, guys. Let me refresh the screen. So guys, don't trade with high leverage. Very, very important. Don't trade with leverage. Seconds, guys. Let's go. Let me refresh the screen. So don't trade with leverage. Keep DCA and hope for a long term. For sure, you will all be in profit. So as you guys can see, so Bitcoin is holding strong. So don't be scared. Keep DCA and hope for a long term. Bitcoin keep holding strong, and Ethereum is up huge. Ethereum is up 28%. That is whoa, guys. 28% in the past several days. Let's look at the altcoin performance, guys, before Q&A. You guys should let me know your favorite altcoin on the chart. So let's check them out. Let's check the chart. So let's check their performance, man. What are you guys saying on the chart? What are you guys discussing? So guys, let's see. Bitcoin is holding strong, and followed by, you guys can see Ethereum is still up huge. So most of the altcoins are up, skyrocketing, which is one thing I've been saying over the past few weeks, over the past few months, that the big boys are accumulating it. Don't sleep on it, which is why Ethereum is up huge. Ethereum is up huge. So followed by SRP a day like today, over the past 1 week, SRP have been down. That's because it was on chain, so people decide to take profit, which I think is normal. So which is why SRP is slightly down. So which also take us here. Solana is up. 7 days performance, 18%, not bad. In the 24 hours, Solana is up huge. So which of you guys was asking? Just 2 months back when when Bitcoin was trading around Bitcoin pulled back to when that was when Bitcoin was trading around 74,000. Ethereum was around when Ethereum was around trading Ethereum was trading around that was when Ethereum was trading around 8,800. But guess what? Many of you guys was asking on this chat. Solana dipped out to 95 dollars, and Solana slightly recover back up to like $120. And most of you guys was asking, so will Solana ever come back above $200? Was a guy say yes, so it's possible because Solana have a lot of usage, so have a lot of usage for sure. Solana will be back up to $200. But guess what? A day like today, so it's back up to $200, guys. You guys are amazing, man. My people, how are they? So, guys, you guys are, you guys can see the market is looking, fantastic, for sure. It's a good day. It's a good day. This is what we have been waiting for, man. We have been waiting for this for long. For sure. This is why I say, if you can't hold, you will be rich. If you can't hold, you will be rich. So in order for you to be rich, that means you will be able to hold for a long term. One of the way for you to hold for a long term is being rich, guys. Is being rich. So if you want to be rich, that means you have to be ready to, you have to be ready to hold for a long term. Yeah, guys, I was on live on Pop Phone. You guys can see. We was on live on Pop Phone. Just oh my god, I have to. So I do live stream on Pop Phone right now, though most of the time. So like last night, so it was about 2 a.m. here because you all know in US time is between about 10 p.m. there. So I was on live on Pop Phone back there. So when we discussed for like about 2 hours, so because you can now stream on Pop Phone. So this was about yesterday as well. So we showed that where we was discussing about the market or what is happening on the crypto market, the crypto space as well. So which is why I still think that so we are in the last phase of the cycle, the parabolic run. So we are still so Bitcoin is still going to have the parabolic run. Bitcoin we have about $5 billion liquidation around 20. We have about $5 billion liquidation around 25 $125,000 around $125,000, we have about between $5 billion liquidation there. And if Bitcoin head up to $125, and even if because I know that most people will close their trade, even if we have about $2 billion liquidation, it will be taking Bitcoin to like about $113,000 per coin. So it's possible. So guys, don't be scared. Keep this here and hope for a long term. Let's do Q&A, question and answer, man. I'll be starting from the top, man. So yes, let's do Q&A. Let's do Q&A. Let's do Q&A. You guys are amazing, man. My people. Yeah, the chat is whoa. Matthew, how are you doing, my man? Favor, my G, how are they? Kingdom, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are enjoying that way. So, for sure, a day like today, everybody is in profit. If you are bid this year for a long term, unless you are trading with leverage, for sure. If you are trading with leverage, let's say you short Ethereum, one of the way for you to lose your money, if you short Ethereum, guys, so Ethereum is been up 28% in the past 7 days. That means if you short Ethereum, you you are a dead you you are a dead human being by now. You may have lose it or 100% of your portfolio if you short Ethereum. So if one thing is that always put a stop loss is very very important as well, guys. When you are trading leverage, let me play this short clip for you guys. There is this guy. Let me see if I can see this short clip for you guys. There is this guy which is so what thing I keep saying about leverage trading. Okay, so Nick, just a few days ago, he think that maybe someone is watching his trade. That is because each time he decide to buy, each time he decide to log into it, then guess what? That is when the market will be going down. And each time he decide to say, okay, so let me short. Guess what? That's the when the market will start going up. It was like, what the fuck is happening? So what the fuck is happening with it? And maybe someone is watching him through hype liquidity, which I know is not true, but it's possible because what is happening during this trade. One thing is that each time you decide, oh, okay, let me log, it's crazy, but that is when so that is when the market will be. That is when it will deep down. So let me see if I can show you if I will see. I posted it on Instagram. This what I'm saying right now. I posted it on Instagram. Let me see. I still have it here. Okay. This is let me see. Let me bring it for you guys to see. This is a short clip from Nick. What Nick was saying is that let me see if I can bring it here. Okay, guys, a second. Oh my goodness. Oh, I know. Okay, guys, a second, man. Let me bring out this camera. Yeah, I hope you guys can hear me now. Let me bring out so guys, a second. I want you guys to see this. So I don't know what the guys, can you guys hear me? No, I don't see. Let me see the chat. Guys, let me see the chat. Chat. Oh my god. Yes. So you guys can hear him, Abby? If you guys can hear me, let me know. Because I want you guys to watch this. One thing I always say about leverage every single day. Let me see. In video. Yeah, they should have been here. You guys should have been hearing him. Guys, let me know on the chat if you guys can hear Nick. So I don't know what the hell is going on for like gaming. Even needs to be. No, this is not the clip. Yes, you guys can hear me. Okay. If you guys can hear me, let me bring it out. This was the clip. Hype liquidity. Okay. $1,000 on that trade. Then basically it's But guys, you guys should let me know because one thing is that like I myself, I can't hear the volume here. But one thing, what Nick is saying is that So guys, I want to let you guys know. I want you guys to know this. What Nick is saying is that so just okay. So what Nick is saying is that just about few days ago he decided to, guys, I'm up, man. We can't hear him now. Ah, okay. You guys can hear him now. Okay. So guys, what? Let's set. Guys, I'm up. I'm slightly up. You guys can see I'm up with, guys. Before the stream just now, I said okay, let's pray with small average. But now you guys can see before the end of the stream, we are up, man. We are up, guys. So guys, always smash the like. So make sure you are in the community for sure. We always reach out to you guys who always tune in every single day, so that we can all achieve a financial freedom together. I want to I want to set a stop loss, guys. This is what thing I always say. Always make sure you set a stop loss on your trades. Let me see. I will be setting a stop loss around. Let me see. Always make sure you set a stop loss on your trades as well. So let me look at five. You know the five how 5 minutes 5 minutes chart. Always make sure you set a stop loss $21. 4,721. Okay. I'll be setting a stop loss around the $4,721. Always, yeah. A stop loss, where should we stop place a stop loss? Always make sure you have a stop loss. That is because if the market can dip down, so that when the market dip down, I want to set a stop loss at my buy as well. So I don't want to lose a single dollars on this trade again. Stop loss at 4,700. Okay, $4,700. I will be losing zero. So always make sure you set a stop loss. It's very, very important. You guys can see. So the market is holding strong. So just like just now, when I was starting the live stream, I said, okay, let's pray with a leverage to see how it goes before the end of the stream. Setting leverage is one of the way to easily make money. It's still one of the way to easily lose money. But when you know what you are doing, you can play with leverage. As you guys can say, just like right now. So it was up with about $17 just now. We are streaming for like the past 40 minutes. Yeah, 42 minutes right now. I'm being on live for the past so it's making about $70. If so within about this thing between about 40 minutes. So that is huge. Let's say, for example, if you know what you are doing, but don't pray with leverage. So I always say, don't pray with high leverage. It's very, very important to always take profit when you're in profit as well. So, guys, oh my God, the Q&A. What I was saying about Nick said that, what Nick was saying is that, he was trading on hype liquidity. So guess what he done? So he decided to log into Ethereum. So because I see that Ethereum look bullish, but guess what? So Ethereum, it was up. He make a good amount of money. Makes like about he said he make about few thousands of dollars. So he said okay. So after I look at the chart, he found out that the chart is looking bullish once again. So he decided to log into Ethereum. Then he was in profit. Ethereum was up. He was in profit with about thousands of dollars. But guess what? Few hours later, Ethereum dipped down. But based on he set a stop loss, so he get top out. So he lose some thousands of dollars. But guess what? So when the market was there, he decided to long. But Ethereum shot up and shot down again. He still lose his money. It seems like, oh, is this like those people are looking into my chart? What is happening? It sounds crazy, but that is how it is. So trading leverage, sometimes it works out, but sometimes it works against you. Greetings to you guys. Oh, how are you all doing? Thank you, all my people. Christabel, how are you guys doing? Jude. Yeah, a favor. NFTs are up huge, man. NFTs are up huge. I was on OpenSea looking at OpenSea just about 2 hours ago. NFTs are up huge. OpenSea. So you guys can see. Let's quickly do a checkout. Yeah, you guys can see crypto pork. You look at Mubi. Mubi was like about one ETH. Just NFT market cap just hit an all-time high about 9.33 billion dollars. That is because Ethereum is up as well. Ethereum is up as well. So you guys can see. So as you guys can see here, Mubi is now around in the past few hours, it's slightly down. But yesterday was up huge. It was up huge yesterday. As you guys can see, Mobit is now trading around 2.8 each, which is about $30,000. That is huge. Even if Azuki is waking up again, so most of those NFTs are up huge. Let's quickly see. I want to look at Genesis before we go. I do own one of the women with the golden coin. So the woman, no, that's not the woman with the golden coin. The woman with the golden coin is my own created NFT. This was the word of women. The word of women. The girls are up as well. Let's look at not just one day performance. Let's quickly look at. I wanted to make offer. See, guys, and I have about 200 or something dollars. Yeah, how come? Okay, I transfer the. Okay, that's how my NFT is holding. This is the NFT I wanted to check the floor price. Wow, Genesis is down, man. How much? Uh, $75. Mm, quite not bad. That's because Ethereum is guys, I'm almost it's like I'm almost my trade has already closed. My trade just closed, man. You guys can see it just closed. Profit already taken. $800, secure. So guys, the stop loss just click. So I just just take another profit around around 4,720 dollars. Guess what? Ethereum is trading here around with about Ethereum is trading here with about $4,726. So you know, play with sometimes leverage. Some when you win, it's sweet. It's sweet. You guys can see. I just closed it around $64 PNL. So $64 profit PNL. Few hours ago, you guys can say, okay, I transfer this out, $121. So the market is holding strong. So guys, the market is holding strong. Favor NFTs are up huge. Sure, NFTs are up huge. My favor say my TikTok account is back. That is huge. That is good news. I haven't even checked it for like 2 3 weeks. Thank you, favor. I will check it out. No, I didn't know about that. Thought you knew. What does it mean for NFT? Since it is popping, what it means is that NFTs will be up slightly, but and secondly, like for example, this Genesis NFT, which I just checked right now, Genesis NFT was trading between 0.02 ETH just last week. But guess what? Right now it's trading between 0.06, 0.0116 right now. We show that Ethereum is just bubbling up and down, bubbling up and down. Should I play with another leverage once again? It's like Ethereum is coming back to $4,700 once again. Let me see if I can play it once again. If I can make another 600, sorry, $60 away from me. So guys, if you're on hype liquidity, I want to set a trade. You guys can see. If you're on hype liquidity, just like where I buy before, I bought between $4,700. So I'm placing like here, you can see 12, 20, 25S. It's on 25S right now. Let's say, for example, you have $100. So if you place it on 25S, that means you will be trading with about $2,500. It's like you borrow another, if 25S, it's like you borrow another $2,900, no, $2,400 against your money to trade. You guys can get that. Whoa, it's up again, man. I don't know. I thought it was down to, oh my goodness. When I was talking to you guys, it's up huge once again. Let me see if I can. Okay. So it's like you borrow another $2,400 against your money. Let's say, for example, now you now hold, you hold, let's say, for example, let's do it this way. So you have $1,000 to trade, and you put your trade in 10s. That means you will be trading with about $10,000. You borrow another like about $900 against your money. So, which is why it's easy for you to lose money, because you are borrowing more money against your money to trade. That is leverage trading. But when you are learning leverage trading, you might decide to use at least one S. You're using at least, if you are using one S, that means if you have $100, you are using $200 to trade. So if you use two S, that means you are using, oh my goodness. Guys, it's not looking good here, man. I need to place this trade, man. It's crazy. Ethereum like what to, it's like Ethereum. Oh my goodness. I will have able to buy here, man. It keep skyrocketing like never before. Maybe I should short. No, let's leave it. A time like this, when you win, you want to, you want to outsmart the market. That is when you usually lose. So I have to wait for a good pullback before I have to wait for a good pullback before I decide I make another trade again. So guys, let's see. So how are you guys? Yeah, guys, yeah, good. You're good. You're good. I'm good. NFTs are up huge. NFTs are up huge again. NFTs are up huge. NFTs are up huge. Yeah. When the market dip, one thing is that if the market one thing is that one thing I'll be saying that so let's say for example next cycle we have a pullback. Even when we are having a pullback, so the market will just dip. Let's say for example, will just dip like about a 10%. In one day. At least we may have like a $10,000 sell off, $20,000 sell off. It will have to just be like about that's about a 8%. Sell off in a day. We just have a slightly in a pullback. So this cycle, because we now have the Wall Street here, the institutional investors, we they keep buying and buying and buying, just like as I show you guys just now. Sharply are raising about another almost about $500 million, $400 million to buy more it. So if we have a pullback, those way they will buy back, they will be able to, just what thing I'll be saying is that. This cycle is totally different from previous cycle. We have about $8 billion worth of Bitcoin that sold into the market just in between 48 hours last week. But guess what? Bitcoin still holds strong. But if it was previous cycle, John saw one selling about $8 billion worth of Bitcoin. Bitcoin would have been down with about 30-40%. But now there are, if you want to sell a $8 billion worth of Bitcoin, there are people who are willing to buy it from you. So that is what that is totally different in the market right now. Okay, meme coin. I don't think it's a good time buying meme coin right now. I don't think it's a good time. Let's look at Bitcoin's chart friendly before. Let me see. This was when was that? This was just about less than 2 weeks ago when Bitcoin dipped down to, you know, 11,000. That was a 11,900 dollars. Let me see. You guys can see here. That was almost about it's not up. That is almost about level, no level 9%, 10% to date, more than 10%, slightly more than 10%. You guys can see it's not slightly up more than 10%. So just between less than less than how many days? Less than less than 10 days. So that is huge as well. So let me Bitcoin keep holding strong. Bitcoin is holding strong. I greet you guys, all my people. So take profit and stop lose. Yeah, take profit and stop lose. It's very, very important, favor as well. Take profit and stop lose. Like for example, I wish Bitcoin pull back, Ethereum could pull back to like 1,000, $4,700. Right now, I think it's a good time to go to log in again. But right now, it's hitting all-time high. I don't think it's a good time. So take profit and just like as Favor say, take profit and stop lose. It's very, very important. So guys, I'll be seeing you out from tomorrow 6 p.m. going Central European time. So always take profit and keep DCA. Take profit if you are in profit, but if you want to hold for a long term, DCA and hold for a long term, for sure we will all be in profit. So see you all tomorrow, guys, from 6 p.m. going Central European time. Charisco is out. Don't forget, you are smart and intelligent with Bitcoin and crypto. We will all achieve a financial freedom together.